The Chicago Sky get a much-needed victory today against the Washington Mystics, a game that broke the Sky's 8-game losing streak. We're going to discuss all that and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And the Chicago Sky got a dub. They got a victory today against the Washington Mystics. This was an important win for the Chicago Sky, who were on an 8-game losing streak. They break that streak without Angel Reese being in that game. No Courtney Vandersloot at all in the game either, as well as we know Courtney Vandersloot's out for the season. And this is a game in which the bigs led the way for the Chicago Sky. Ariel Atkins had herself a big second half of this game. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But Camila Cardoso with 16 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists in this game, 2 turnovers, but she was important throughout the majority of this game. And the Chicago Sky, who got out to a really big first quarter lead in this game, 25-10, had a bad second quarter, 10-18. They come back out after halftime with 26 more points to win that third quarter, 26-18. And then they lose the fourth quarter by 1 point technically, but the game was basically wrapped up for the majority of that fourth quarter. But Camila, 16 points in this game, but the Sky were actually led in scoring by Elizabeth Williams with 18 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal in this game as well. Michaela Onyewerede, important two-way game from her. She's 5 of 11 from the field for 12 points as well. And Ariel Atkins, who I believe had 2 points in the first half of this game, finishes with 13, scores 11 points in the second half. She ends up going 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from three-point range with 5 assists, 2 steals in this game. She played those important minutes for the Sky as well. And the new girl, Ozen, 6 points off the bench for the Chicago Sky in her 19 minutes in this game. You got 4 points from Kia Nurse, 2 points from Maddie Westbeld. Those are only players that scored off the bench for the Chicago Sky. And this was really a game where the Sky had better energy throughout most of the game. The second quarter was ugly. And I had hoped that the Sky were going to come out of that first half and play much better in the third quarter, and they did that. They discovered the right energy that they needed to play with. They found the right rhythm, and they were able to win this game despite usually, and let me not say usually, but for many times during this season, we've seen the Chicago Sky just, not be, once they lose the energy, not be able to rediscover it, and then the game just gets completely away from them. So I think in this game, in this type of game, being able to find your balance and find your rhythm back even after a bad second quarter was really important for the Sky. And I'm glad that they were able to find their path and find their way there, because it was definitely needed when it came down to it. So you got those things for the Sky in this game, much better there. And, here's the thing for the Sky, right? Like, the season feels like it's over. I want to be clear there. But, as we were ending the live stream for the actual game, Kev pointed out something really important when you look at it. The Sky right now are, 6 games back of a playoff spot. Now, the chances of them making that playoff spot are slim to none. We have the second worst record in the WNBA. But you want to start seeing games like this where, like, Camila is a big important part of why you win. That Michaela Onyewerede had a place in where you win, right? Like, regardless of what happens and how this season ends or how it continues or whatever else it is, you want to see the players that you know are going to be here actually have some big games to end this season and to build that confidence, to build that repertoire, to start getting into where you need to get into. And so, that's important. Now, Tyler Marsh, I have my thoughts on Tyler Marsh as a coach overall. He hasn't done anything to really change that mindset that I have on Tyler Marsh, and that's just my personal opinion on that. Everybody's not going to agree with that, and that's perfectly fine, but that's where I sit on it. Tyler Marsh has been a little bit of a struggle and has been a coach to where I don't feel very confident in his ability to scheme things, but maybe that ends up not being the case. Maybe he ends up coming out and coaching better than that. Coaches have rookie years too. There are some coaches that just have they're terrible first years as a coach, and they learn from that. And maybe Tyler Marsh can do that, but seeing this game and the way that this team responded and came back out after a bad quarter, you got to, coaching has a place in that. No matter how down I am on coaching or anything like that, you got to look at the coaching staff, whether you want to give it to Tyler Marsh or not. The coaching staff had these ladies prepared. They rallied them together in the second half of this game, and they were able to figure it out ultimately. And so, hats off to them for being able to do that. It would have been very easy for this game just to stay away from the sky and that be it. But they found a way to get back into it. And so for that, I got to give them some credit on that part of it. But, we got a lot of work that we need to do as a team. But this was a good team win against a Mrs. team that, played us really tough the last time we played them. And the Sky now, they go into this situation and, try to see if they can find some rhythm. We don't know when Angel Reese is going to come back. There's no strict timetable on her right now. She's listed as day to day. The Sky play again in a couple of days on Thursday against the Atlanta Dream. That's going to be an important game. Then we face off against the Indiana Fever on Saturday, which we already know is going to be an important game in that one as well. So the Sky got to just lock in, man. And whatever happens with the season is what happens. And let that just be it. At this point, you can play free, go out there, play confidently, and just try to build chemistry and figure out your stuff, man. And that's really what it is. I do wish Maddie Westbeld played a little bit more over the course of this game, and especially since Angel's been down with injury. Hopefully we start seeing a little bit more from her as well. And, listen, this is a season where the frustrations from the Sky fans are loud. The frustrations from the players, I think, at times has been felt as well. But this is still a team that still has some talent on it, man. And, while it's easy to be down on this team, I'm not saying that I'm not down on this team. It's easy to be down on this team, especially when you have a season where you left off last season with, now I wouldn't necessarily say confidence, but optimism in what the team was building. And then you have a season like this to where now you're 8-21 on the season, and you have a lot of questions on what the future of this team is going to look like. But that just is what it is when it comes down to it. But to get back to this game, on the other side of the ball, Washington Mystics today, they didn't have a single player score over 13 points, and I think that shows a lot of the Sky defense today. You look at the turnover battle, which the Chicago Sky did lose. They had 18 turnovers in this game, 13 turnovers in the first half, but they only had 5 in the second half. I think that's an important part of this game for the Skies, that they limited the turnovers in the second half of this game. Sonia Chatrone in this game, 5 for 12, 13 points. The Sky really had a good defensive game plan for how they wanted to deal with her. And I love to see that, because this is a Sky team that defensively has lost a lot of the identity that they have. And so to come into this game with a defensive game plan that was evident, that was clear, and that they executed really good to get the ball out of Citron's hands, keep her from having an efficient night. 13 points on the night. It is what it is there. Shakira Austin only had 8 points, 5 rebounds today as well. And, this is a game where the Washington Mystics shot 41% from the field and 13% from three-point range. And that wasn't just because they had an off-shooting night. The Sky were getting in their hip, in their faces, contesting shots. And that's what the Sky are going to have to do, man. They're going to have to muddy games up. They're going to have to make games difficult on teams by the physicality and just making it ugly games. And those are the games that the Chicago Sky could win, and they did that today. The Sky themselves, we shot 54% from the field today, 26% from three. Not a great night shooting from three, but it was double what the Washington Mystics shot from three. So when you're able to play into those margins, that helps a lot, and you being able to win games that otherwise would have definitely been a struggle for you. And the Sky just got to find a way to continue that. Jeremy said, we 6.5 games out with 15 games to go. It would be tough to get this 8th seed because all the teams on the top of us, they have the tiebreaker against Chicago. So, Haize, it would be tough to get that 8th seed. Hey, we'll see. Weirder things have happened, but I don't expect for it to happen. I don't think that it's going to happen. I think that at this point, the Sky are going to have to ask themselves some really difficult questions about what and how they want to build this roster. You traded the number 3 overall pick for Ariel Atkins. And again, and as I said in today's daily episode, no knock on Ariel. She's come in and been exactly who the Sky traded her to be. She's been who she's been over the course of her WNBA career. The numbers are all basically the exact same as they've been for her career. So I'm not going to come down on Ariel Atkins at all as a player because she's doing what she does as a player. It goes back to Jeff Pagliosha and his vision for this team and the lack thereof sometimes. But we'll see what happens. Ariel Atkins is a free agent at the end of this year. We'll see if the Sky and her come to a negotiation or if she's moved between now and the trade deadline in 2 days. And we'll just be covering it. This team could look different by the time we take the court again on Thursday. I don't expect it to look different, but it could look different. And we'll see what happens with that. Again, I think the things are going to be the same. I think this is going to be the Sky team that we finished the season with, and we're just going to try to figure it out. Bug Guy says, great game by the Sky. Great game plan, solid defensive effort throughout this game. Love to do that. I would get rid of Nurse for sure. I mean, you'll see. We'll see what happens. The only one because Sykes got traded. Well, okay. And so what? And we're out without Angel Reese. Cool. Not worried about that. Andrew says, salute, Haize. Good to see you back. Hey, appreciate being back, man. Dealing with family stuff, but we back locked in. We're back on a regular scheduled programming here. This season has been less consistent than what I would have liked it to be, but we're going to get locked in over the last few games of the season. We're locked in for the offseason. We're going to be covering Unrivaled this offseason. So, the content doesn't stop. And, Chicago Sky Central is going to be a year-round channel, so you guys can still get that content, and we appreciate all your support. Hope for the Sky's sake, Ariel re-signs with the team. Well, if they, and this is where it goes back to, if they have any doubt Ariel Atkins is going to re-sign with them, trade her. Trade her right now. Get something back for her. Trade her. I know that you gave her the number 3 overall pick, but trade her because she can help a team win right now. She can help a team go on that playoff run. And if you have any doubt whether you want to pay her what she could be worth, or you have doubt that she'll re-sign here, trade her. That's just the business aspect of it. You just got to get that done. This season is what it is. You got to trade her if you got to get it done. If you had to keep one Haize between Rebecca Allen or Kia Nurse, who would you keep? Probably Rebecca Allen. I think Rebecca Allen is just more of a two-way player than Kia Nurse. I think she can fit on more different teams, types of teams, depending on where it goes than Kia Nurse. So if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick to keep Rebecca Allen over Kia Nurse personally, Jeremy. Great question there. Great question. But all right, y'all, going to get ready to wrap things up around here. I appreciate you guys for sticking it out with us. Like I said, we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Live calls, back. At least 3 daily episodes a week, back. Post-game shows, back. We back locked in. Again, for those that know my family, we've been going through some stuff, but, had a death in the family, but we back locked in, and we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to be what we've always intended and always been. That's the number 1 spot for everything Chicago Sky Central. So I appreciate you guys so much. You guys can follow me, if you choose to do so, at CEO Haize on every social media platform I'm on. You can follow the show at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number 1 spot for everything Chicago Sky related. Love you guys. Go Sky. See y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all. Trade deadline special, by the way. Probably be live during the trade deadline. I doubt the Sky do anything, but we'll probably be live to cover that all. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break